it going, guys? I just want to do a short video on what I do when I switch my lures. You know, what I start with, what I end with, and when I switch, why I switch. Another thing is I'm getting close to 200 subscribers, guys, so thank you very much. I think it's awesome thing. I really appreciate it. So I want to go ahead at 200, do another giveaway, and just like, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and comment on you know, what lure you would like to have as a prize, whether it be Steve's Lures, one of the broken backs, wake bait, one of my favorite lures, you know, even a bag of some paddle tails. So whatever you like, just comment below. Let me know you're there. Appreciate it. Tie lines, guys. Thanks.
Okay, one of these days I'm gonna actually get me a tripod or something. So what I typically will do first thing in the morning, I like to go fishing first thing in the morning, right before sunrise, and love to throw those topwaters. I mean, they get the coolest. Once you catch something on topwater, you just want to catch something again on topwater. So the first thing I do is I'll typically throw a spook, particularly a spook junior, or one knocker, which is a little bit bigger than this. Should have put that out there. But the idea is when I decide to switch lures. So first thing in the morning, when it's a little overcast, I have caught stuff when the sun's out on topwater. When I say topwater, I mean something on the very top. That's always on the very top. Now, one of the things is, if you notice when you're throwing a topwater and you do the walk the dog motion back and forth, is they will come up from behind and hit it. Okay, now redfish will tend to hit the back end of the lure. Now the reason for that, if you know the anatomy of a redfish, is their mouths are face down like this, so they have to actually come up and get it. So the reason why you typically see them hitting the back end is because, if you notice, when the lure is sitting in the water, it hangs like this. So the tail end is what's in the water. That's what they're able to get. So they lift up and they're able to get it from the bottom. Now, the bigger trout obviously will get a bigger bite out of it. Now, if it's a trout, if you're fishing for trout, I fish for whatever bites all the time, really. And a trout will hit from the middle. They hit from the middle here, from the middle here. They come up from the middle. Their mouths will open up, and they almost, if you ever open up some of these fish, you'll see that a lot of the fish are folded in half. And because they're coming in from the middle, whether it be a paddle tail or whatever it is. Now, if you notice that you're throwing a topwater, and there's a blow up, and you're just not getting it. There's a blow up, it's a splash, and you're just not getting the hookup. Either they're a little sluggish, or whatever it may be, that they're just not quite getting it. Now, sometimes it's because they don't want to work as hard or something. So what I will do is I will switch. At that point, I will switch to a wake bait or even a bug eye. Wake bait will stay under the water, you know, up to a foot under the water, so it'll run below surface. And like right now, right at summertime, they're pretty aggressive, so they will hit something that's running faster through the water. But now if it's a high pressure and they're a little sluggish and they're just not quite, you know, you want to try something a little bit different, is a bug eye like this. It sits just under the water, just like it works just like a Paul Brown. You're going to work it just like a paw brown, or you're going to do the walk the dog, and it's just under the surface. And what it is they don't want to come out of the water in order to get it. So there's different colors of bug eyes that you can get. Steve's Lures has all kinds of things like that. Now, if they're not quite hitting that and you want to try after that, once I try these and they're not working, I will tend to go towards a paddle tail like this, or in my case I like to use the Peanuts. This is Steve's Lures Peanuts. It's a miniature corky. It's a little one. The only thing is it does not have the rattle in it. And the thing I like about this, it's a wider profile than a regular paddle tail will have, and it does go back and forth, and this will give you that flutter of the paddle tail also. If you haven't tried them, definitely try them out. They're really a nice weapon in your arsenal there. So from there I'll go to a paddle tail or the Peanut. Now if they are wanting something a little faster and a little underwater further down, then that's when I tend to switch to like a Miradine Softine, depending on if you notice that they're fishing on smaller fish or bigger fish, you know, bait. You can go with a smaller regular Softine or the XL series. I always like the soft ones because they will come back for them. I had them come back for some of the harder baits, but it's like they will definitely hold on to something like that. At that point, if they want something with a bigger profile and it's a little bit more slower, then I always try the Corkies, broken backs. I'll always try that. They just want a bit a bigger profile, or they just want something that looks like it's really hurting. Fish is dying or something. That's one of the reasons why I like the broken backs. They definitely get that injured fish look. And my last thing, and I don't like using popping corks, but they definitely have their job. Now when you know that the fish are it's hot, or it's just they just don't seem to be hitting right away, or they're like staying in one spot and they're just not hitting, a popping cork with a DOA or some sort of shrimp imitation at the bottom. This is actually a Speckinator. I will do a video on those. They're really good. They last forever. They throw real good in the wind. But the last thing I will try is a popping cork with either a paddle tail or a shrimp of some sort at the bottom. And sometimes that's what does it. You want the popping cork, and in a lot of cases right now, even with some dead bait, that popping cork, that pop will tell them, hey, here I am, dinner bell's ringing, come get it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I go from topwater to a wake bait to a paddle tail, and normally straight to a popping cork after that. That tends to be my last resort. If I'm fishing a popping cork, then I'm not getting hit on anything else. So I hope that helps in any way. Like, subscribe, and comment.